Hi, Aries. Thanks for checking out your weekly forecast. This is going to be for the 7th through the 13th of November. You might stumble upon it a few weeks from now, years from now. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. It's all good. Keep in mind that these are general readings for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. We also have a full moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse happening on the 8th. So this is energy that's going to be around for a while. It's pretty significant energy. So we're going to check in here and see what's coming up here for the Aries collective. This is for Aries sun, moon, rising, and we're going to see here what we have coming up. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move you all just a bit closer. First card coming up here is the 10 of Cups. Very nice. 10 of Cups is happiness, contentment, fulfillment in every area and every aspect of our life. It's a card of inner peace, okay? Like just inner peace and blissfulness with life. A lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and over the years, 10 of Cups has gotten stereotyped as marriage and babies. A lot of the times we see couples with children on the 10 of Cups. Here there's a couple with a child. And so it can be, for some of you, marriage and babies. We've got the moon here jumping out too. So some of you are releasing here in this full moon cycle anything that's been standing in the way of that 10 of Cups. In like a traditional sense or traditional way. But 10 of Cups is about inner peace, as I said, and satisfaction with every area of our life. So it's basically our happy ever after. And not every single one of us has the same idea for happily ever after. You know, some people have already had kids, their kids are grown and have kids of their own, and now they're like, okay, well, now what's next in life? Some people don't want to get married, some people don't want to have children, and their happily ever after looks like something else. You know, maybe it's traveling the world or going off grid or, uh, doing something that they feel is going to bring about purposeful change in the world. Happily ever after is going to be different for different ones of us. So this 10 of Cups is telling us, Aries, this is what you're aligning with. You're aligning with that happily ever after. And anything that's been in the way of that is clearing here, as we're coming into this full moon period. The next card coming up for the Aries collective is the 5 of Cups. So this is going to come up in a couple of different ways. You know how we talked about what's standing in the way of the 10 of Cups being cleared? So for some of you, I feel both ways are coming in hand. For some of you, there's blockages in the 10 of Cups because you've had so many disappointments in the past. And so you may be in the mindset of, you know what, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I've been let down. I've been disappointed. I have been through situations that seem like they were a for sure thing, and last minute, everything just kind of unraveled and fell apart. And so now you're guarded. Emotions are guarded. It's like you don't want to get your hopes up. You don't want to let people in. It's just you're scared to feel or allow yourself to really be wholehearted about anything because of the previous disappointments. So something Aries is going to be releasing in this full moon energy is past disappointments. People who have let you down, situations who have let you down, people who didn't follow through, who didn't come through, and your fear of feeling those barriers, those walls, that cautioned energy, so that it doesn't feel scary or overwhelming to feel. I feel, and this is coming in intuitively, I feel like a lot of you are also releasing like the need to overperform or like jump through hoops and like prove yourself or show how much you're capable of or show like how strong you are, or how determined you are in connection with any kind of like abandonment issue. So maybe some of you feel like, I need to overperform, I need to like be number one, I need to be on top to demonstrate my worth, to demonstrate my value. It's kind of like, I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, a lot of you Aries are releasing uh feeling like love is conditional, right? Maybe you haven't had unconditional love, and so you're constantly performing, you're constantly delivering to show your worth, to show your value. And so I feel like this is being released, and you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be in this energy anymore. I don't want it anymore. And you're opening up to receive and like feel safe. Also, like with the whole feeling thing, some of you may be healing from narcissistic situations, or just in general manipulative situations where your feelings have been used against you. And so maybe you're like, oh, well, feelings are kind of a weakness, or feelings are kind of like, they're gonna get me in trouble. So maybe you've just been pushing down feelings or not letting yourself feel. Again, releasing that and just coming into the energy of, it's safe for me to feel, it's safe for me to love. It's safe for me to be loved. I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I'm good how I am. And so opening up to this Ten of Cups energy as a result. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the World, right? How beautiful. And this is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are coming up anytime that this is a new chapter we're coming into. It's a significant period in our life. It's a defining moment. And so there's a lot of energy here with the World, where we're overcoming the past. We're done with the karmic lessons. We never have to repeat the karmic lessons ever again. We've learned what we needed to learn. We've graduated, and now we're moving on to better. Now we're moving on to where it's safe for us to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be celebrated. Like being in that deservingness, being comfortable in our own skin. I feel the World card is coming up, Aries, with just this feeling of knowing that you're enough. And Max is agreeing. So I sometimes say interruptions are a message, okay? Here we are. Here's a message via Max. The other night, Max scared somebody off, and like he barked and he scared somebody off. I don't know what they were doing. They're snooping around outside. And so I gave him a treat. And so now he thinks like, if he barks, he goes like over by the door and he barks. Like he's trying to trick me to think like he's doing his guard dog duty. He's trying to get treats out of me right now. So some of you could have somebody that's not welcomed in your life being chased off, right? Maybe you have like a karmic situation with someone who just simply won't go away, and spirit is coming in and chasing that person off and removing them from your life, so you don't have to deal with it or worry about it anymore. The lessons have been learned. You don't have to do it anymore. And then maybe for some of you, you have people in your life that try to do things for you, like to get things out of you, like, you should do this because I did this, you should give me this because I did that. But in some cases it's like, yeah, isn't that kind of like your job, or isn't that what friends do, or isn't that what family does? We don't always get a gold star, we don't always get a cookie for everything. And so some of you may be in situations where you're dealing with people who make you feel like you got to give them a gold star, you got to give them a cookie every time. But you're like, hey, what about everything else that I do? What about all the other ways that this relationship or this connection is mutually beneficial, right? Like, so if you do something for me that common decency would say that you would do, doesn't mean I have to bust out and throw you a parade. And so some of you may be setting boundaries in this way, and this might be the boundaries that you're achieving through the World card. I think that sometimes, not sometimes, I think when there's interruptions in a reading, it is a message coming in. And so that was a message via Max, my partner, my psychic reading tarot partner. And so some of you are closing out of those cycles. So in general, right now you're ready to be seen. Like, I deserve this. I deserve to receive. There can also be elements of travel with the World card. Some of you are getting to travel or making plans to travel over the next few months. Um, and I feel that some of you have this dream of being like retiring to another country. So I don't know if it's a country where you have ancestral ties, if it's like, like your family immigrated from one country to another, and you're wanting to go and retire there in the country where your ancestors came from, or if it's something you feel a past life connection to, or you just think, man, what a beautiful place. I would just love to retire here. I feel some of you are taking this very seriously, and you're beginning to actually take steps towards it. Like it's like you're putting it in the works. This is going to happen. I'm not just one of those people that talks real big. I'm going to make this happen. So I feel for some of you there's some long-term plans about like a really significant relocation and retirement. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Knight of Swords. Wow, so Max gave us a really powerful message. So as some of you are setting these boundaries and you're coming into your worth, unfortunately, you may be dealing with a person that kind of tries to knock you down, or they don't like the changes that you're making, and they just kind of want to push you into like what they want. And now here's the thing. With the World card, we know you've had your revelations. We know you've had your epiphanies. Like you've seen the truth, you've learned the lesson, you know better. Right? So now this person or situation can no longer guilt you or pull your strings, or like trick you into something. So now this Knight of Swords, you might be dealing with someone who's trying to scare you or manipulate you into something. Maybe you're wanting to leave a job and your bosses were like, I don't know, I'm not going to give you a good reference, or I don't know, you're really not that good at what you do. Good luck. Maybe you're going to get fired. I've had a boss tell me that before. I've been there for a few years, and I put in my notice and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a terrible worker. I hope you don't get fired. You're lucky here, we like you. We let it slide." All that was manipulation. That's all that was. You think somebody's going to be paying you a salary if you're that terrible? So it could be that kind of a situation. Maybe you're leaving an unhealthy, manipulative situation, a relationship, and they're like, nobody else is gonna want you. They may be saying really mean things. I feel like the Knight of Swords is somebody trying to, like, now that they know you know better, and they know that they can't trick you, they may be trying to intimidate you. Like, intimidate you into doing what they want, or intimidate you into not going after what you want and living your life. But you're protected. You're protected. Pray for guidance, pray for knowledge, pray for wisdom and the steps to take. And, this might not be a situation that's going to be worth it to really fight. This might not be a situation that's really worth it to argue with this person or try to get that mic drop moment, but rather, move quietly, pray, and let God and spirit come in and remove this person, because I do feel like this person or this situation is going to be removed. It's like you're doing good, you're moving in a good direction, and somebody's saying, not so fast, you're not going to get away that easy. It could be a family situation, it could, like I said, a work situation. But don't allow this to scare you. Don't allow this to intimidate you. Keep in mind that with the eclipses can bring up a lot of intense emotions. So other people might be on edge. Other people might be easily triggered right now, even if you aren't. And so people might be losing their temper. People might be getting angry. So this isn't the chance to try to go toe to toe with anybody. It might be better to use a strategy to just slip away quietly, slip away without drawing attention to yourself, right? and allow for this person to be removed, because I really do feel that there's a sense of protection here, and you're going to have your happiness. Somebody may have fooled you. Somebody may have come in and presented a situation to be very different than what it was. If it was a living situation, if it's a family situation where everything looks wonderful and happy on the outside, but behind closed doors it's miserable. If it's a job that was misrepresented to you, and you thought it was going to be something else and it's something else entirely, and now you're feeling stuck. I feel like there's something here where someone did like this switch on you. They held one thing out, you said, "Oh yeah, I want that. That sounds great." And as soon as you came in through the door, they took it away and they handed you something else. And so now that you see that and you're like, I don't have to do this, I'm going to not be in the situation anymore. They're trying to intimidate you into continuing, and you're not going to do it. You're not going to be intimidated. You might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you would like to check out the love readings for November, those are linked in the description. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. If you don't know, now through the beginning of December, I'm going to be going ahead and donating a portion of the income that comes in from the private readings to buying toys for Toys for Tots. I went out and I got a batch last night, and I shared it in the November 5th card of the day video. I will take pictures and post the pictures in the community tab, so you guys can keep up and follow along and see what you're helping me donate. And I'm hoping for more readings to come in so that I can get some more toys. I've got some things right now that I'm eyeing that are on the list. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading and you like the idea of contributing to Toys for Tots, this could be a good time to schedule. You can click on the link calendly.com/amethystangelite and see the different readings I offer and see what looks good to you. Don't forget the card of the day on the channel. Every day I do a daily message that people have been finding helpful. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, and I thank you for being here. Take care and be well, my darlings. Bye.